Good Sunday morning, everybody. Hope everybody is doing well, happy. For my new subscribers to Sunday with Spirit, this is not a tarot card pull. This is a collective trying to come together to get in touch with Spirit, see what Spirit has to say to us. What I want to talk about, I was reading a book and it flipped into angels. And the book, I can't remember the title of the book. It's on my Kindle. I'm not going to open it up. But it was talking about angels having four directions. And a lot of you all know that I study shamanism, and in shamanism, every morning I pray to the four directions. And it's not so much a prayer as an acknowledgement, an honoring. I honor the sun for coming up every day, because sometimes it doesn't. I appreciate the sun going down every day and allowing me to let go of some things that maybe I shouldn't hang on to. And I honor the south for my ancestors, the north for my true direction, my spirit guides, and the ground below me to ground. And then there's angels that are associated with that too. And they have colors associated with them. They have certainly they have names, and in shamanism we attach like power animals to the corners so we can get a visual of what it's like to have the power of a jaguar starting out your day, or the sight of a hawk guiding you forward to the north, or a whale gently letting you release things into the ocean, right? So I thought it would be an interesting pull to do the shaman directions, and then on top of that put in what our angels want to say to us too. Let's see. I think it would be, and it is pretty fascinating. So the first card that I pulled, just to give us a general feeling of where we're going to go today, was Star Mother. And this says, how can you mother yourself? And in these times and days of just so much stress, so much just news bombarding us, the lockdown, the struggling to get out of the house, whether we should get out, all this stuff, how are we taking care of ourselves? How are we giving ourselves an ice cream cone, saying, here, it's good, it's okay, right? How are we giving ourselves a hug? So, let's start off in the East, because I like to always start off in the East, because that's when the sun rises. That's when we have a new day, the dawn, a new birth. Many power animals and these can change. So if you get hung up on an animal, a lot of times when I'm doing these prayers or meditations, if I just go, what's the power animal for the East today? Sometimes I'll get a hummingbird. I'll go, well, that isn't very powerful. It's only that big. But it flies thousands of miles. It's incredible, that little bird, what it can do. certainly it is a power animal. So I start out with the East. Let's see what the Shaman cards say for the East. Since it's the new beginnings, new day, we have a cat or pillar. It's a pillar made out of cats. How goofy is that? And underneath it, it says opportunity. Who ever heard of a pillar of cats? Well, I think that's just what we need to hear. When we're creating something, when we're out in the ethers, when we're imagining new projects, new art, we can't be limited by the conventional. Just go out, create a cat or pillar. May make me sneeze a little bit, you know? So, kind of allergic to cats. But does that stop my wife from getting them? No. No, not at all. We don't have any right now. But, and please, you don't need to send me a cat or a pillar of cats. So, the East. Raphael. The color of green. The color of green. Now, I pulled these colors out from this book, and I don't know if there's other colors for angels. But don't get hung up on this. I mean, if that's it, if you're thinking of a different color, go with a different color. Different power animal, go with a different color animal. And let me back up. The interpretation of the cards that I give is my interpretation. If you all have a different interpretation, that is probably more important because it's your interpretation and it's for you. Also, if you just want to sit back and listen and not really dig into it, that's fine too. You're honoring the circle by stepping back as much as the people who are participating. And you can participate in this at any time, any space, any place. You're still part of the circle. We are still sending out love and light and support to the circle of people who are dealing in this. So what is Raphael? Raphael, green, angel of healing, brings forth creative ideas, clears limiting beliefs. Well, if you don't think a pillar of cats can be made, well, that's a limiting belief. Just saying. Cards don't lie. And what does the angel say? The call. Wow. So it's calling, the angels are calling us to look at new beginnings, to look at our creative projects that we may think are not so creative, and turn them into cat pillars. That's so funny to me. I don't know. A little goofy that way. Caterpillar. And some of these cat eyes, they look like elephants. But could be. Could be an elephant pillar. Why limit it to just cats? I don't think I'm allergic to elephants. All right, let's go move on to the South. The South, for me, in shaman terms, for me, and those who have studied shamanism and have something else, that's fine. Go with what you know and see if the card fits. But for me, it's all about my ancestors and what they say. And what they offer. They've lived this before. They've lived this time so much. They bring such healing guidance to me. Sometimes there's a little too much negative stuff that you have to cut away and let that go, but that's to the east. I mean to the west. But in the south, they ground you in the rich tradition of who you are and who you're meant to be. It's the eyes of the eagle, rising above the fray. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier with so much craziness, so much day-to-day stuff. If we just rise above it and look down upon it, and we're not in it, we're just observing it from above, just checking it out. Now that eagle can just swoop down and catch something. It doesn't miss very often. So it's just being aware, I think, of where we are and what we want to achieve, especially if we want to look at the East card as it relates to the South. We need to pick and choose what creative project we want to be in. We want to pick and choose what we allow into our psyche, what we're listening to, what's our story. And what do the angel of the South, well, it's Michael, blue. He's the leader of all holy angels. And I think some people would say Metatron, so I'm just reading from what that one particular book said. But everything I know about Michael is about protection. We're the ones down here that put labels for them up there. So I don't really think they care. But some of us down here may. Michael, blue, protection, and he's in the South. And what does Michael have to say about this card, the eyes of the eagle peering down, picking and choosing the right moment, the right things to listen to? We get the High Priestess. And to me, this card is all about intuition. And it's interesting because when I picked this card, there was no intuition. It was all about sight. It was all about knowing. But when you go back and think about what this is all about, the ancestors and listening to your ancestors that came before you. And that's where that is, the High Priestess. Listening to your ancestors and then picking and choosing, creating your sight from what they have to say. In the West, that is my, it's the letting go. It's the detachment. It's not hanging on to things that no longer serve us. Certainly, our news cycle no longer serves us, but we're still attached to it. And it's hard to let it go. So I like to think of just as the sun sets, just let something go. One thing, just let it go. I can even imagine it going like sizzling as it drops in. Maybe like the Wicked Witch of the West. No, I'm melting. Let's see what the Shaman card says. It's the dust devil, moving out of stagnation. Now this is an interesting card as you think of the sun setting into the ocean and you get a dust devil. When I was in the Carrizo Plains a while back, a couple of months back, and that's in California, they say it's the last savanna grasslands in the United States. One of them. One of the few remaining. And they have herds of animals, pronghorn, running around. I think I saw one, not a herd, just one. But we did see large groups of animals running around, but it's really dry. And they have a lake there called Soda Lake, and it's a salt lake. It's just salt. And in it, the wind kicked up from the heat, created this dust devil. And it was beautiful to watch. It didn't really hurt anything. It wasn't destructive. Kind of rocked you a little bit. But it kind of like shook you up. Hey, wake up. Get out of this stagnation. I think that's what this card is saying. As you gently let things go that no longer serve you, it's like, hey, wake up. What's the matter with you? You need to create a caterpillar. Yes, that is going to be the theme. And what do the angels have to say? The West is associated with the angel of revelation, the angel of water, calms your doubts and cleans. And that is Gabriel. And we have the Four of Earth. This is the good tarot. So this is the Four of Pentacles. But look at what she is doing here. She's not holding on to her earth, her coins, whatever. She's offering up what she has. And it's not money. It's a fairy or a butterfly or you decide. So when you release something that no longer serves you, you get a gift. And don't doubt it, because you have Gabrielle to say, don't doubt it. Don't doubt it. The North. I use the North as my true direction. Not my magnetic direction, but the true direction. So, it's good to have a compass, and it's good not to lose your compass. And this says getting back to integrity. Now, I've talked about news cycles, how we need to let those go and the craziness of that. And we definitely need to get back to integrity. And when I said that, I heard, where am I missing my integrity? And that's the question that we should be asking. Instead of laying blame, oh, those guys, they don't have any integrity. Well, let's hold a mirror up and what about you? Where are you missing your integrity? We've been locked up in COVID land for so long. Did we lose it somewhere? Did we misplace it? Do we need a compass to help us find the right way? And the angel that's associated with the North, Yeah, I do have my cheat sheet. Is Uriel, the angel of wisdom, and it's red. The angel of wisdom, going north, giving you a compass, allowing you to transformation. And you look at this, it's this child, it's not like awe, it's just, but in a way it is. It's not like, oh, it's just this calm, peaceful way of looking at things. Not too much emotion, just, oh yeah, there it is. Look at that. Look what's coming out of my hand. Red. And is it, I mean, is it a Lemurian? I mean, it could be, if you look at it. Such a beautiful card. And so we've covered the 4 directions, but there's also 2 more, above us and below us. And above us, for me, it's my spirit guides. It's my angels. People talk about, the 7 archangels, and maybe there's more, maybe there's less, and different faiths have different meanings. I mean, angels are in, I think, all religions, I think. Maybe there's 1 or 2. Those atheist religions, well, they ain't got no soul. That's Steve Martin. He did a song about atheists, and they have no soul. It's funny. Anyway, singing about Christmas carols that they lose out. Okay, sorry. Squirrel. All right, so my spirit guides, my angels, my personal ones. You guys have yours. My personal angels. I connect right now because I haven't connected. I stopped connecting. But right now, I've got 3 that I work on. Well, they're working on me. And Michael's 1, Gabrielle's another. And these ones where is it? Above. Well, let's go to the Shaman card, because the Shaman, that's where we are. I was skipping ahead. The Shaman card is what it's calling us to do is to ask our guides, ask the ones, our spirit guides, our angels, the courage to step into life. And it's the perfect storm. And so as we navigate with our compass, with our lost compass that we found through transformation, and we're creating a new way, we're releasing things that no longer serve us, we're seeing with clarity of an eagle, we now have the wisdom of the crow. Looks like a raven to me, big beak, but either way. It's asking us just to take that leap of faith, that courage to step into life as we know it, as we want it to be. So let's look at our angels. Our angels, Where is it? Where is it? Turquoise, Raquel, brings harmony, justice, and order. Harmony, justice, and order. And I got 2 because 2 fell out. Harmony, justice, and order. Harmony is balance. It's calm. Justice is sword. We have the King of Water, King of Cups. We have the Queen of Air, the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords brings justice. The King of Water brings calm. And this queen, she's got an owl on her shoulder. That owl, 360-degree view, is an amazing hunter. Great vision, night vision, can see things when things are hidden, can still see them. And so let's go to below, which is Pachamama, Gaia, the earth. No jokes. Gathering around, what's it say? Gathering around the power of community. And again, I go back to, you have little fairy folk in this forest. We don't see them. Mushrooms, their root structure is such that it's like one entity. It's very similar to the redwood forests, where their roots are all intertwined. It's a community. And that's what this is. And what do the angels have to say? The angel, which is pink, the color pink, not the singer. Chamul, again, I don't know if I'm pronouncing these correctly. It's the angel of peaceful relationships. The angel of peaceful relationships. And it's the 4 of fire. And this celebration, it's so internal, it's so quiet, it's so calming. Playing to your own music, not to somebody else's music. You're just playing for what you want to hear. And that individual music is the power of the community. People will be gathering around to listen to your individual music. So I'm gonna pull this down just a little bit. Well, a lot. Okay, I think we can see all this. That was the first card. So, and the reason I'm getting there, and I'm getting this, and I think that it should have been mentioned before, but it wasn't. But it's all about asking your guides, asking the 4 directions, asking your angels. If you're having a problem with any of this, ask for help. You know the angel to ask for. You can call them by name. Now, I don't think that you can just say, hey, help me. I think it needs to be a little more than that. I think it needs to be, a ritual. Let them know that you really want to talk to them. When you call somebody on the phone, you just don't hang up after, the first ring. You let it ring for a while. And I think that that's what we need to do when we're talking with our guides and our angels. When we pick up the phone to call them, let it ring for a while. Keep calling them. Keep breathing. That's so important. And I've been finding that if I take a teaspoon of honey, that it really calms me down. It really kind of puts me in another place. Of course, water too. Good, clean water. All right. So we have new beginnings with the caterpillar, and it's your calling. The angels are saying we need the new beginning. We need to see clearly above the fray, and we have permission from our guides. Listen to our guides to see clearly. We need to let go of what's keeping us stagnated and receive what the Four of Earth is going to give us. And at the top, we need to find our compass, find our integrity so we can transform. And it's a perfect storm. It's not going to be easy. It's not like it's going to be a walk in a park. It's a storm, but it's a perfect storm. And you have the Queen of Air, you have truth and justice, and you have the King of Water, calming energy coming from above, coming down through your 8th chakra into your crown chakra, and then it grounds you all the way down so that you feel the power of the community and you can play into your own music. Thanks for hanging out with me on this Sunday. Love y'all. Peace and love.